Back in 2023, Samsung engineers pasted proprietary source code into a public AI tool. Once that code went in, it became permanent training data. Free and standard tiers of public AI models are constantly learning. By default, they log, store, and consume user prompts to improve their auto-regressive text generation for future users. It is a common misconception that turning on a private browser window protects you. Browsing in incognito mode only hides history locally on your machine. It does nothing to stop the AI host servers from logging your text. Today, we are going to build a workflow to sanitize your prompts. By the end of this video, you will know exactly how to leverage generative AI without exposing personally identifiable information or financial data. Step 1 is isolation. Take your sensitive draft prompt and open it in a standard offline text editor. Do not type directly into the AI interface yet. Without an offline staging area, rushing raw text straight into a prompt box turns daily administrative tasks into an enterprise liability. Once the data leaves your network, the intellectual property is gone. Now that we have our prompt isolated, we need to audit the text. Read through your document, specifically looking for data that falls under privacy regulations like GDPR, HIPAA, or CCPA. This split-screen mockup shows exactly what to flag. On the left side, you can see real names, social security numbers, and specific project budgets highlighted in bright red. To fix this, we apply a technique called format-preserving pseudonymization. Instead of deleting the text entirely, we swap the sensitive data for generic placeholders. We use brackets to clearly mark substitutions like client A, ID number, and project budget. A common mistake here is over-redaction. It might be tempting to simply delete the entire sentence containing the budget or the client's details. However, if you strip out too much text, you destroy the structural context. The AI organizes concepts based on mathematical proximity, and without those surrounding linguistic clues, it cannot perform complex reasoning tasks. The second trap to avoid is inconsistent naming. If you label someone Client A in the first paragraph, they must remain Client A in the final paragraph. The AI tracks these variables mathematically throughout the document, and changing the label halfway through breaks its logic. By carefully swapping exact details for consistent placeholders, you entirely remove the legal risk while giving the AI the exact structural logic it needs to process the request. Your prompt is now secure. Copy this bracketed text from your local editor and paste it into your public AI interface to execute the request. This mockup shows the resulting output. The AI reads the prompt's logic and generates a response that seamlessly includes those exact green bracketed variables right in its summary. Copy that generated response, bring it back into your offline text editor, and manually swap the real data back into those bracketed slots. This manual workflow is highly effective for individual one-off tasks, but if you have hundreds of employees querying models every day, doing this by hand becomes slow and leaves room for human error. This diagram outlines the larger network problem. That dashed line in the center is the corporate trust boundary, representing the strict separation between your secure internal network and external public servers. If an employee sends an unprotected raw document straight across that line, the data is exposed. To handle this at scale, IT departments deploy enterprise AI gateways, or PII proxies, like Microsoft's PII Shield. When a user hits send, this proxy intercepts the raw prompt. It automatically masks the sensitive data and routes only the safe, bracketed version out to the public model. When the AI sends its response back, the process reverses. The proxy automatically remaps the real identifying information onto the text before it ever reaches the employee's screen. Whether manual or automated, you now have a perfectly sanitized workflow that yields highly usable AI output without the risk. Utilizing these methods ensures your daily AI usage strictly aligns with international privacy laws and internal security policies. If you operate on a smaller team, sit down together and create a standardized cheat sheet of bracketed variables. This keeps everyone's manual workflow unified and consistent. If you work in a high-volume enterprise environment, reach out to your IT department to discuss deploying an automated PII shield for frictionless security. By securing the prompt layer, generative AI stops being an unpredictable enterprise liability. It becomes a safely controlled, highly potent asset.